Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 21 of our Winning a Natty with Every Team. If you guys did miss last episode, Kansas State did it in 3 seasons, tied for second, but still haven't anyone beat Texas A&M who did it in 2 seasons. But as you guys know, new episode means new team. Let's go ahead and see who we get this time. And the winner is going to be, is it going to be Virginia? It is going to be Virginia taking it over this time. So congrats to Virginia being our next team. I believe they are in the ACC, which I am correct. They are an 81 overall team, only a 2.5-star prestige. We do get a scheme guru, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and sign the contract. And let's see this team and see who we really need to get for Virginia to make this team a powerhouse in the ACC. Let's take a look at the roster here. It looks like our top players. We do have a 93 overall strong safety and an 89 guard and a 7 wide receiver. But other than that, I mean, we're kind of lower overalls. That's why we're only an 81. But we do have some top-tier talent on this team. However, they're both all our top 3 guys are seniors. We do have Cam Robinson, who is a sophomore middle linebacker, which will definitely help for later seasons, at least for the next 2. We have a lot of seniors in this class, it looks like. But yeah, let's see our head coach here. Does have some recruiting. That's good. Mostly on the offense, which is fine. This guy has no recruiting, but is a master motivator. And our defense does have recruiting for the defense line and DBs and linebackers, along with some scheme guru stuff. So that's actually somewhat decent. So we also do have strategists as well, which is visits for all the offense. So that's actually going to be kind of nice to do as well early on. But I'm going to go ahead, set up season 1, actually finish season 1, and see you guys at the end of season number 1. And here we are at the end of season number 1 here with Virginia. Not a great season. We go 4-8 on the year. We beat FCS and then lost 3 straight against Wake Forest, Maryland, and Coastal Carolina. Then won back-to-back against Boston College and Louisville. And then we had a tough season the rest of the way. Lost against Clemson, lost against North Carolina, lost against Notre Dame, SMU, and Virginia Tech. We did beat Pitt in the middle of the year, but other than that, that was about it, to be honest with you, for Virginia. 4-8, not the greatest. We did fire our coordinator, so I do need to make sure that I get some good coordinators here, especially with everything. We did get a quarterback, which is nice, a 4-star quarterback, so that might help the team. Jalen Milroe wins the Heisman Trophy, so congrats to him. Let's go ahead and sign these guys. What do I need to look at? Pro style? Anyone runs a pro style? You run a pro style. And you have, how do you have architect but not? Okay, I mean, he has recruiter, which is nice. Offer coach. Maybe he wants to become the ROC. Defensive coordinator, we do run a 4-2-5. And this guy does know some recruiting, and he's an elite recruiter. So we're going to try to get this guy as well to be our DC. So I'm going to simulate this week, if the game would let me, and see who we do, or who we get. Who we do get, I guess. Words are hard. And we'll go from there. So do we get both of the guys that we wanted? Yes, we did. So that is very, very nice. So now what we're going to do is just going to go ahead, advance to the NFC's recap, see the college football playoff. As I'm recording this, I did just watch the insane game of Texas-Arizona State, which was insane, going into double overtime. That was missing 2 field goals to win it for them. But we do go up to a 3-star school, which, even though going 4-8, we were like, I think, what, a 2.5, maybe a 3? I can't remember. But pro potential goes up, conference prestige goes up, coastability does go down, but oh well. We're about to have 5, 6 people wanting to transfer out, so hopefully they don't, because we need to sign a bunch of people. Looks like Ohio State defeats Oregon. Right now, that game's going on at the moment, and I believe like Ohio State's winning pretty handily at the moment. As I'm recording this, it could all change. But Liberty, Utah, Michigan, Clemson, and Alabama were the automatic qualifiers, with Oregon, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and North Carolina being the at-large bids, with Ohio State, the 11 seed, beating number 4, or I guess the 5 seed, Oregon. So congrats to Ohio State, but that's going to end season number 1. It's on to season number 2. And here we are in season number 2 here with Virginia. We go 7-5. Not a great season, but a better season than last year, that's for sure. Because last year, again, we did go 4-8, so we improved by 3 wins, which is very, very nice. Solid start, winning our first 3 games against Coastal, FCS, and then Michigan State, then losing back-to-back against Louisville and Duke, winning against Cal and Wake Forest, but then losing to Stanford, Florida State, and North Carolina, but beating Virginia Tech and UMass to help us get to that 7-5. We did go 3-5 in the conference, so we beat everybody else away from conference play. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end-of-season recap just like we always do, especially since we didn't make the college football playoff. We'll go over the college football playoff and see who has won the national championship. Hopefully Virginia will be one of those teams here soon. But we'll never know. We are a 3-star school, which is not bad. Ohio State wins it all, and we did go 7-6. So we did lose our bowl game. But Charlotte, Arizona, Clemson, Texas A&M, and Oregon made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Penn State, Nebraska, Ohio State, Maryland, Florida State, Texas Tech, and Pitt making it as the at-large bids, with, of course, Ohio State taking it over Florida State. So, congrats to Ohio State. That's going to be the end of season number 2. It's going to be on to season number 3. And here we are at the end of season number 3 with Virginia. We go 8-4 on the year, and then again, just another win to add on the board. So we start 4-8, go to 7-6, now to 8-4. So we are getting better with Virginia. However, our first loss was against FCS, so that doesn't make any sense. Then we turn around and beat Arizona and Syracuse. So I don't know what happened with FCS. But then we lose to Florida State. Then we go on a little bit of a 2-game win streak against Wake Forest and Notre Dame. We lose back-to-back games against Duke and California. That was our last loss against Cal. Beat Oregon State, beat North Carolina, beat SMU, and beat Virginia Tech to be 8-4 in the year with 5-3 in the conference. So, since we didn't make the college football playoff, obviously, we're going to go ahead and simulate all the way to the end of the season recap, see who wins it all, and we'll go from there and get on to season number 4 with Virginia here. So far, we have yet to make the college football playoff here. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But pro potential is up to a C+, coach stability is up to an A+, coach prestige up to a B. That's nice. We might have 8 people try to transfer out, but there's that. We go 8-5, and it's Pittsburgh beating Oregon. With Oklahoma, Minnesota, UAB, Colorado, and Florida State making it as the automatic qualifiers. With Clemson, Arizona, Pitt, Nebraska, Texas, Charlotte, and Oregon. Wow, there's UAB and Charlotte made it as at large or as G5 schools. Good for them. Surprised Minnesota at 10-4. It's kind of wild and they're ranked 8th. I think this is one of the first times I've seen them in the top 20 in the college football playoff. But anywho, that's gonna do it for into season number 3. It's on to season number 4. And season 4 here with Virginia. We go 10-2, our best season to date with this team. So we do improve our year total. 4-8, 7-6, 8-5, then 10-2. Right now we're ranked 3 in the nation. We're pretty much guaranteed a playoff berth. It just depends where. Right now one of them's probably going to be Oklahoma or Alabama. We could be the number 2, but if Oklahoma loses to Bama, we're number 1 and have a bye. Obviously, if we win, we're going to have a bye. If we lose, unfortunately, we're not having a bye. But looking at the schedule, we actually did not have a great start to this year. We beat Indiana and Miami and then lost to FCS for the second year in a row, which is very weird because we never lose to FCS ever when I simulate these, but all of a sudden Virginia loses 2 years in a row. It's kind of wild. But Georgia Tech, we did lose to the ranked 16th team, 22-17. And then we went on a big winning streak. We went in 8 in a row, beat Pitt 7-6. That's kind of a wild score. Beat UMass, beat Boston College, beat North Carolina 10-0, beat Tulane 35-23. Some pretty solid games and some pretty close games, but hopefully we can get our revenge against Georgia Tech here with this win right after this simulation right here. Hopefully we can. If not, we only got 198 XP, so we lost, so we're 10-3. I don't understand this team. I really don't. I really don't understand this team because we're like an 87, 88 overall team, and yet we're losing to like random teams. Yeah, we're an 87 overall team, yet we lost to FCS, so that didn't make any sense. But Zane Flores wins the Heisman out of Oklahoma, so congrats to him. We will be facing Michigan in the college football playoff. That's not exactly what I want, but oh well. Yeah, we're going to have some weird ones. UCF at ranked 23rd gets in as an automatic qualifier with Georgia Tech, Oklahoma, Fresno State, and Texas Tech all making it as the automatic qualifiers. So if we would have won, we probably would have been 2. But we are going to be the 7 seed, or the 8 seed technically, facing Michigan. So this is not going to be fun. But yeah, let's get started. Our first year in the college football playoff comes in year number 4 here with Virginia. They're an 89 overall team. We're an 87. So probably a tougher game. I know most of the guys that we have on this team are junior and sophomores. We barely have any good seniors, so hopefully this new recruiting class that we're bringing in will be the stuff that will get us into the college football playoff and into the national championships. But looks like we are going to start with ball first. Let's go quarter by quarter. We don't do anything on our first drive. Michigan doesn't do anything. We get back-to-back touchdowns. It's 14-0 at the end of 1. That's kind of what we needed, but Michigan counters with a touchdown of their own and a touchdown in the second quarter, so it's 14-14 tied at the half, so tale of 2 quarters, really. Nothing for Michigan, nothing for us. Now we're driving here in the 4th. It's still 14-14, but we have a first down and goal, and we're going to get a touchdown to start the 4th quarter. On a 3rd and inches, they get a huge play, and now it's 1st and goal. They get a touchdown to tie it up at 21. 3rd and 5, we get a first down. That's big. And a long drive here, and then we throw an interception. They get a first down on 3rd down, 3rd and 3, another first. They can just route the clock. They kick a field goal with 2 seconds left, and that's going to be the ball game. Michigan is going to win against Virginia 24-21, where, 14-0 lead, and we blow it. So it is what it is, but that's kind of how this team has been, to be honest with you. Kind of some solid wins and then some weird losses. So hopefully we can kind of change that at the end of this next season, and hopefully make it back into the college football playoff, and this time with a bye, and not lose to an FCS school. That'd be nice. But who knows what could happen, especially with Virginia. Hopefully we'll be moving up in overalls. Pro potential goes up. We're now a 4-star prestige. Coach stability goes down, but we're still an A, and then coach prestige goes up to an A-, which is nice. That'll help with selling. Minnesota wins the national championship over Michigan. Wild. This was a weird year anyways. It's like a really weird year. But anyways, that's going to be the end of season number 4. It's going to be on to season number 5. And here we are in season number 5 with Virginia. We go 10-2, 8-0 in the conference. We actually did, again, not start off very well. I actually did simulate the FCS game myself because it was just weird losing 2 in a row, and I was just like, yeah, we're not losing them 3 times in a row to FCS schools. That's just not happening. But we did beat Old Dominion by 3, and it looks like we did it in overtime, 51-48 win. Indiana and Charlotte we lost, but then we beat Syracuse, Duke, Stanford 6-3. That's a wild score. We blew out Miami, and we beat Virginia Tech. So we beat a couple ranked opponents. That led us to rank number 2 at 10-2, but now it's all depending on if we can beat Louisville here in the ACC championship game. We're going to be making a bowl game or the college football playoff either way. Just if we win, we get a bye. If we don't, well, and of course we lost. So we're 10-3. This team just has some random weird losses, I swear. It's just simulating. But we do end up losing in the championship game. What was the score? 35-36. Why is it showing me Charlotte? I swear I clicked Louisville. Maybe I didn't. But we lost. We gave up 15 points in the fourth quarter. I hate it here. Anyways, let's go ahead and figure out the college football playoff here next week. We'll go one by one, just like we always do with who made it, and we'll have our season come down to this here. DeMarco Pitts, sophomore quarterback from USC, wins the Heisman Trophy. And we'll be facing UNLV in the college football playoff, so a pretty decent start, at least, for us. But looks like, wow, what in the world is this? Sam Houston, UNLV, and USF all made it as G5 schools. Good for them. I'm surprised to see Sam Houston here, to be dead honest. I usually never see him on here. But Sam Houston, Florida, USC, USF, Louisville made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Utah, Kansas State, Tennessee, UNLV, Virginia, Auburn, and Washington as the at-large bids. So that means we get UNLV. Let's see if we can't get it. Let's do it. They are an 85. We are a 90 overall, so we do have the overall advantage. Let's see if we can use that overall advantage and win our first college football playoff game, especially after losing last year in round 1 to Michigan. All right, we're going to go quarter by quarter here against UNLV. Nothing doing for both sides. And it's still nothing after the end of 1. Still nothing. A lot of punts in this game. Well, we get short field and we get a touchdown just before half. That is huge because we do go up 7-0. Now it's 10-0. Now it's 17-0 here against UNLV, and I think we're in the driver's seat to win our first college football playoff game. It is 17-0, but now UNLV's driving. They have first and goal. They get a touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. Our next drive, we do eat up a lot of clock, and then we turn it over. That's not what we need because now they're going to drive down the field, and they decide to go for it when they're down 2 scores. But we're going to win it. We're going to win the game against UNLV. We do move on, 17-7 win. So we'll take it. We'll take the win, 17-7. And we move on to face USF. I was 100% expecting like being the 12 coming into it, not like the whatever we were, like the 6 or the 7. We're the 6 facing UNLV and then USF. It feels like we're the 5 coming into it, as like USF would get the 4 and then we'd face like UNLV or something like that. But man, we kind of have like the easier part of this college football playoff, I'm not going to lie. But now we get to face USF. As I say that, we're probably going to lose the USF probably pretty handily. So there is that. Anywho, Tyler Simmons wins Player of the Week. Good job for him. We are facing USF in the Orange Bowl. Let's see how we do here against USF. Let's get it. They are an 80 overall. We are a 90. We have a 10 overall difference compared to these guys right here. So let's see how we can play here against USF in the Orange Bowl. Let's go quarter by quarter. And our first drive ends in a touchdown. USF's first drive ends in a touchdown. So it's 7-7 at the end of 1. Let's see. Still nothing. Now a touchdown. Now another one. It's 21-7, 28-7. Here in the first half, we have blown it open. Make it 28-10 after a field goal, but now a touchdown. It's 35-10. I don't think we really need to go play-by-play here. We have a 25-point lead. They do get a touchdown, but we will win 35-17 over USF. A pretty solid game, 21 points in the second quarter. We move on to the semifinals. So back-to-back wins against kind of easier opponents with UNLV and USF. We've kind of got the easier part here, the college football playoff bracket. But let's see if we can continue winning and get to the semifinal game. I know Louisville was 1. We could be playing Louisville. I don't know who the bottom one was. Kiki Adams wins the Player of the Week. And we'll be facing Louisville in the Peach Bowl. So that is honestly pretty solid. Now they beat Washington and Washington beat Auburn. So it would be Louisville, and then the winner would take on USC or Florida. So it is Louisville. Wasn't Louisville the one who we played in the championship game for the ACC? I think it was. It was, and we lost 36-35 against them in a close game in overtime, or that we gave up 15 points in the fourth quarter. I was wondering if these guys look familiar. They're an 85 overall team. We're a 90, so we have the overall advantage. Let's see if we can get this win here and move on to the national championship. Need a win here in the Peach Bowl. Let's see if we can get it done. Let's go quarter by quarter. And a turnover pretty quickly. It's 7-0. Louisville will get a field goal. We would turn the ball over, and now 7-6. And now 13-7. Now 14-13 and 21-13 at the end of half. That was a big touchdown before the half. Still now 28-13, and now we are looking pretty good. 3rd and 5, we get a big first down. Now it's 4th and 5. We just kick a field goal to make this an 18-point game. A big sack as well. 4th down, they go for it and get a touchdown. So it's an 11-point game. They try an onside kick. They don't get it. 4th and 6, we just kick a field goal to go up 2 touchdowns. A 14-point game, and this game is going to be over. We're going to beat Louisville 34-20. Virginia is going to the national championship with a win over Louisville to face the winner of Florida and USC. That was a pretty dominant win. I mean, we lost to them close as well in the ACC championship game. We probably would have been one. So I'm actually kind of happy we did lose that game because we probably would have been the one having to face like USC or Florida pretty early. Whereas this one, we kind of had an easier stretch. We'll be facing Florida in the national championship game. They came in as the 4 seed. So let's get it here against Florida. They are a 87 overall. We are a 90 overall. So technically we have the overall advantage. Let's see if we can win. We had all the overall advantage the last 3 games of the college football playoff. This will be game number 4 where we have overall advantage. Looks like we're going to start with the ball first. And our first drive ends in 6. Florida's first drive ends in 6. So 7-7 at the end of 1. And it's 14-7. So now they kind of struggled here. It's 17-7 at the half. It's still, now it's 17-14, and it's still 17-14 going into the 4th. And this is a big drive for Florida. 3rd down and 10. They get a touchdown on a big play, and now we are behind. 3rd and inches, we do get the first. We can't really take a field goal, and we go for it. We don't get it. 4th and 1, they have to punt, so we get another chance. And now 2 minutes left. Maybe we should have taken the 3. We do get a big run. Minute to go. We're at the 16. Now down to the 8. And we get a touchdown with 21 seconds to go. They take a sack, and Virginia is going to win it here against Florida. A 4th quarter drive to win it all. And after having this team having some terrible, terrible losses, we finally win it all. Took us a while to get here. Took us a couple seasons, but we did it. 5 seasons with Virginia, and it's over. To be honest, I'm surprised this team even won it because, again, we had some terrible, terrible losses in this season. So, all in all, it was a very weird season, but we'll take the 14-3 season with the national championship belt at this point. Taking a look at the stats, of course, before we head on out. McCartney, 3,800 yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's not bad, to be honest with you. Rushing-wise, Ty had 902 yards with 7 touchdowns. McCartney added 327 with 3 on the ground as well. Gash, who did get hurt, I'm pretty sure he was better than Ty. He only had 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Rado had 912 with 7 touchdowns. Courtney had 810 with 9. Even Kiernan had 9 touchdowns as well. Defensive-wise, Brown led the team with 9 tackles. Simmons and Garvin with 9 tackles for a loss. Hayes had 10 sacks. Buggs had 4 interceptions, with Adams having 3 that kind of led the team. Adams and Brown did have 10 deflections, so that's very, very nice. A couple forced fumbles. We only recovered 2 of them. We had 1 blocked kick. We had 1 defensive safety, and we had a defensive touchdown. So we actually kind of did a lot on that route. Kicking-wise, we were perfect on extra points. We did miss 3 field goals, and they were all 50-plus. We did have 1 blocked. Punting-wise, 77 punts, 12 inside the 2013 touchbacks. Kick returns, I don't think we had any touchdowns. No, and no punt return touchdowns. So, all in all, a very good season all the way around. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're we're not very close, but we're on the road for 500 subs. And once we hit 500 subs, we'll do a 24-hour stream here on YouTube. So, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Tomorrow will be another video at 2 o'clock Central with Ball State with the Georgia bowl game episode there. So that'll be a tough one for that one. So, all in all, again, hope I'll see you guys on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for these college football playoff, or winning a night with every team in honor of the college football playoff happening this weekend. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.